Tonight on your DC News Now at 9, getting answers. Police are now releasing the name of the man who was shot and killed by an officer Saturday afternoon. Why police say that officer was justified. Plus, Metro is reducing wait times. Why you can expect your morning commute to be much shorter. Your News at 9 starts right now. And we begin tonight with our top story. Good evening and welcome to DC News Now at 9. I'm Max Marcella. Tonight, an update on the fatal officer shooting from yesterday in Northwest. Police say they believe 31-year-old Kevin Hartgraves Sherd was linked to a shooting that took place near Georgia Avenue and Longfellow Street. Tonight, his sister is speaking out. Our reporter Yamari Sase spoke to her to hear her side.
I fell to the ground. I cried out loud, like, he didn't deserve that.
Frustration, anger, and sadness. That's how Serena felt after she learned her brother, 31-year-old Kevin Hartgraves Sherd, was shot and killed by a D.C. police officer Saturday afternoon.
And y'all decided yesterday, to murder my brother. That's not okay with me. I don't care how you break it down. What you think about it, it's just still not okay. None of this is all right.
Around 4 o'clock on Saturday, officers responded to a shooting near Longfellow and Georgia Avenue in Northwest D.C.
What we heard at this point was two vehicles were heading northbound on Georgia Avenue, opened fire on a group of individuals that were on Longfellow walking. Those individuals returned fire at these two vehicles.
Not too long after, neighbors reported a white sedan with multiple armed men in the car. When police arrived near Longfellow and Madison Street, the men fled the scene except for one.
When the officer exited his vehicle, he engaged an armed man, gave a command. Those commands were not complied with, and he discharged his weapon one time, striking that individual.
Serena says she doesn't believe that's what happened, and she's hoping the autopsy can provide her with more answers.
When that autopsy comes back, and they tell me that they shot my brother from behind, he was no threat to nobody. He's fleeing you. He needs jail time. You murdered that man. That's not okay with me. It's not okay with his child. It's not okay with his children. It's not okay with his brothers and sisters. It's not okay with any of us.
She says she's going to continue to fight while reminiscing on the memories.
My brother was a very kind and caring and sincere individual. He has children. He was never supposed to be in that position.
The family says they believe the body cam footage will show that the officer shouldn't have shot Hartgraves Sherd. Police are expected to release the footage later this week. Meanwhile, police say they're still searching for other suspects who ran from the scene. Reporting in Washington, D.C., I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
And now an update for a story we've been tracking the last couple of days, a shooting that happened on Alabama Avenue in Southeast on Friday. Detectives with the Metropolitan Police Department say they now know what vehicle the shooters were driving when two victims were shot. One woman was injured. A man ended up dying from his gunshot wounds. The police are looking for this vehicle you see there on your screen. It's a 2005 GMC Yukon Denali. Police say it has Maryland tags reading A279711. Police offering up to $25,000 for anyone who can provide a tip that leads to the arrest of the shooters. And tonight, a man is behind bars after police say he shot his roommate following a dispute in Vienna, Virginia. The man in jail on charges, the victim was taken to a nearby hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The roommate has been arrested. It is not clear yet what caused the shooting. Okay, in D.C. now, police are asking for help in finding a man wanted for armed robbery. There's the photo. It's a tough one to see, but you can make out the suspect there. It was taken by a surveillance camera. The robbery happened Saturday afternoon at 5. Police say the suspect entered a store on Alabama Avenue, at which point he pulled out his handgun and proceeded to rob the store. Metropolitan Police are asking, please reach out if you know the whereabouts of this man or if you have any tips that could lead to his arrest. New tonight, video of D.C. fire and rescue teams saving a passenger from a flipped car. This happened earlier today on Park Place. EMS had to stabilize the car before the passenger could be safely extracted. They were then taken to a nearby hospital where they were being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Also, D.C. Fire and Emergency Services, you can see pictures there. They had to put out a fire at the DuPont Circle Metro. D.C.'s bravest were called in to take care of an electrical fire in the station. No injuries have been reported. All right, sticking with Metro, here's your commuter alert for this evening. Metro adding more trains on the blue, orange, and silver lines, this starting tomorrow. To begin the month of August, trains will run every 15 minutes on weekdays, but because many stations are served by at least 2 lines, officials say the wait for a train shouldn't be longer than 5 to 8 minutes. Metro hopes that by September it will have enough cars on the tracks to offer this improved wait time on weekends as well. Metro's new general manager and CEO, Randy Clark, says his goal is to restore confidence in the transit system. Another commuter alert for you. Members of the Amalgamated Transit Unit Local 689 will be going on strike at the Hubbard Road Metro Access Facility tomorrow. The union is striking against poor treatment by French transit company Transdev. The union has accused them of unfair labor practices, with the station being so understaffed that many employees are forced to work more than 48 hours a week. Transdev is apparently also going back on past agreements for 3-year contract proposals, among other things. The union is made up of paratransit drivers, utility workers, road supervisors, and more. They say the strike will go on for as long as it takes them to receive fair and more bargaining power. The woman charged with allegedly shooting her husband at the 5-star Mandarin Oriental Hotel is, for now, staying behind bars. That decision came after Shantari Weems' first court appearance on Friday. Our reporter in the courtroom says that the family of Weems was overcome with emotion after they learned she would stay in jail. All of this is coming after the 50-year-old allegedly shot her husband, James Weems Jr., while they were arguing over accusations of child abuse. Weems operates a daycare in Owings Mills, Maryland. Now, she reportedly received complaints from several parents that her husband was abusing children at the daycare. Weems' family says she confronted her husband at the hotel about the accusations, and things quickly escalated. Police say she shot him in the neck and in the leg. Weems' lawyer says it was all in self-defense.
If she is not released tomorrow, there's a likelihood that she will sit inside of that prison cell or that jail cell until her case is adjudicated, until the outcome of her case, which can be upwards to 2 years.
Meanwhile, Weems' husband, James Weems, was arrested and he is now in the hospital. He is facing 13 charges of child abuse. Well, a former middle school teacher who is accused of sending an inappropriate photo of herself to one of her previous students has pleaded guilty in court. Valley Lawver is 29 years old. She pled guilty after sending the inappropriate photo of herself to a former male student back in 2018. According to court documents, it was a picture of her face and exposed breasts. At the time, she was a teacher at Western Heights Middle School in Hagerstown. Lawver will now serve 2 years of unsupervised probation under the special condition that she does not have any contact with unrelated minors unless it's supervised. Tonight, NBA Hall of Famer and civil rights activist Bill Russell has passed away at the age of 88. Russell's family went on social media and they announced his death today. They did not share a specific cause of death. The 88-year-old was a 5-time MVP, 12-time All-Star with the Boston Celtics. After he retired from the game, he became the coach for the Celtics. He was the first black coach of any major sports team in the United States. Now, Russell also had close ties to the civil rights movement. There you see he got the Medal of Honor from the Congressional Medal of Freedom, rather, from then President Barack Obama. He also marched on Washington with Martin Luther King Jr. and supported Muhammad Ali after he refused to take part in the military draft. Russell's family said a memorial service will be announced in the coming days. And Nichelle Nichols, better known as Lieutenant Uhura on Star Trek, has passed away at the age of 89. Nichols has been credited for helping to broaden the kinds of roles women of color were able to play on television, as well as being half of the first interracial kiss on television with co-star William Shatner. Her old castmates have gone on social media to mourn her loss, with her co-star calling her a trailblazer and saying she will be missed.
Can't seem to do that Spock thing going on, you know.
No.
Doesn't work.
Anyway. You have to be one of a select few to do that.
That's true. You have to something with the joints of the fingers, which I do not possess. But I do possess weather knowledge, and I'm going to display that in front of you, not the poor fingering that I did there when trying to display the Spock handshake or whatever, the sign there. At any rate, let's go over and take a look at what we have with your almanac. Today's high in D.C. was 85 degrees. The low was 73. So just a couple degrees cooler than yesterday due to the fact that we had plenty of clouds around and some showers as well. High still is sitting at a split of 89-72 for the average high and low. And then the record, 103, set back in 1954. The record low, 52, set back in 1895. I know I'm old, but not that old. All right, let's move on from there and take a look at what else we have besides the temperatures in the almanac here. And we do have a temperature currently sitting at 72 degrees. If I can get my computer to work, we're going to get that going here. Let's hit that button. There we go. All right, there we go. 72 degrees, current situation here as the temperature has dropped quite a bit here. And a look at some other numbers. 73 at Fredericksburg, Culpeper at 70, Manassas at 70, Leesburg at 70, Frederick at 68 degrees, and Kaiser coming in at 66 degrees. Visibility has dropped a little bit out towards the west across the mountains, where we're down to about a quarter of a mile in spots across the area. So please be careful. Some fog is going to be overspreading the region as we go throughout the overnight and into your Monday morning. So if you do run into fog, of course, no need for the high beams. Keep the low beams on there and take it slow across the region. As far as tonight's forecast, like I said, we still have a chance of some showers here up until about 2 o'clock in the morning. Temperatures are not going to budge too much between now and around 5 o'clock in the morning. Maybe a couple places get down into the upper 60s. So we're ending the weekend on a wet note. Rain moves away, though, after midnight. Morning fog builds in, and that's what we're looking at for Monday. But then another heat wave arrives this week. I'll talk about when it officially arrives coming up in a full forecast.
All right, and also coming up after the break, a member of the Supreme Court is speaking publicly for the first time since the overturning of Roe versus Wade. Look at what he said and the backlash he's facing next. And what a new study has found on the amount of credit card debt here in D.C. We'll have more on that after the break. You're watching DC News Now.